Welcome to Wild Child Records. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan. On the show today, all the way from North Carolina, we have some exciting musicians courtesy of Big Records. On the show today, we have Stillwater Junction. What a name. When we come back, we're going to talk about Stillwater, how they got their name, where they're performing, their latest hits, and how they support veterans. You're watching Wild Child Records. I'm Jay Stoyan. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show today from North Carolina, we have the band, the country band Stillwater Junction. On the show today, we have lead singer Scotty Williard and songwriter Zack. Thanks for being on the show today, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, how you doing? Appreciate it.
This is great. I love the smoke. That's what rock and roll is all about. I love that. So down in North Carolina, guys, before we get started, you got to tell me, how's the weather down there, Zack?
It's about 85 degrees, low light breeze. It's great out here.
That's great. And Scotty, are you in the same area just by Zack too, or?
I'm actually, no, he is about 30 minutes from me, but it is 80 degrees right now, sunshine.
Wonderful. So I just want to let everybody know here in Toronto, we have a fantastic band. We're here for you people. We're here in Toronto, Canada, the fourth largest city in North America. And we love our music, but more, we love our veterans. So before we get started, Zack, I want to thank you for your service, sir. Much appreciated. You guys are our heroes. So this is what it's all about. So why don't we flip it over? We all know we love to talk to the lead singers of the band. So let's talk to Scotty a little bit. And I know your connection's a little bit wonky, Scotty, perhaps. So if just in case, we'll flip over to Zack right away. But Scotty, tell us a little overview of the band, the members of the band, a couple of highlights, missions, goals. I'll take it away, Scotty.
All right. Well, it's a 4-member band. Me as, of course, as the lead vocalist and front man. My lead guitarist and my backup vocalist, his name is Benny Ratterman. We call him the Rat Man. He looks like a 70s child that was born in the wrong era. Our bass player, his name is Ray Velvis. We call him the Reverend because he used to be a pastor back in the day, believe it or not. And then our drummer is Josh Revis. Our music style, we're considered multi-genre. I mean, our bass style is country, but we like to bounce between all the genres of country. We'll play country rock, southern rock, outlaw country rock, just a mash of all, but the bass line of it is country music, storytelling, nice guitar riffs, great bass lines, and drums that make your heart beat. But I mean, we started back late 2021, and then our first live show was January 1st, 2022. We've been on a nonstop train since then. We've shared the stage with the Marshall Tucker Band, the Piedmont Boys, Neon Union, Framing the Red, the Georgia Thunderbolts, Blackstone Cherry. We've had the honor of being nominated for 12 different music awards and 3 different music award categories for independent musicians.
Let me jump in a little bit because you got like so much great information. Like I said, you guys got quite the resume. So you go from outlaw country to southern rock, and I want to ask you about some of your congratulations on some of your awards, the ISA Award, the Josie Award. I love that name, by the way, Josie. I love that name. Right? And then the CCMA Awards. Can you tell us about that? And then I want to get into maybe we can bring Zack in there because I want to get into how country has developed, how it's moved forward, how it's gotten away from the twang and become a little more rocky. So before we bring in Zack, tell us a little bit about what the awards are and what they mean to you guys.
The ISSA Awards is the International Singer Songwriter Awards. It's an internationally award show and association that deals with not just U.S. residents, but residents all around the world. It brings in musicians from overseas, Canada, all into the U.S. once a year in Atlanta, Georgia. And there's multiple different categories, and it's only for independent musicians. So if you're signed to a big label, you're not able to actually even be entered into these awards. It was our first award ceremony that we actually got to attend, and we had 7 nominations. At the end of the night, we wind up bringing home USA Gold Band of the Year, which was the top award that you could bring home, which was amazing to us considering it was our 3rd year in existence. We just had released our full first album, and we were working on our next 2 singles. And it basically, to receive that recognition on our first award ceremony, it was kind of unbelievable in a way. And that was August of last year. Then after that, we got notification we was nominated in 2 categories for the Josie Music Awards, which are held at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. So we attended that award ceremony, and we wind up bringing home Album of the Year, multi-genre.
Wow. Congratulations. I'm just letting you guys know I'm promoting. You guys are right now live on Facebook. So we've been promoting you guys. Hopefully your friends are tuning in. We love the comments. We love interacting. Let me flip it over to Zack now, because as the songwriter, you are the machine of the band. Right? You are the machine. I mean, if you turn out good songs, you got a great band. If you turn out, well, you're going to be struggling a little bit. So let me ask you this.
More. Yeah, there's a lot more of those than there are.
But you know what? Hey, you hit one, you miss one, you keep on going. So let me ask you, Zack, because as a fellow songwriter, I find it very intriguing to talk to people where they get their inspiration. Because we all know old country music, it's all about the pickup truck, the dog, and your girlfriend leaving you. So how do you flip it into the modern time writing, Zack? Give us a little bit of recipe, your treats, your tricks.
I was lucky enough. My dad raised us, and he was true Southern rock. I mean, and rock and roll, anywhere from the Stones to Leonard Skinner. And my mom was 80s country.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to both. And with Scotty's help, a lot of my stuff I've written seems to blend those things together. I write a lot about experiences. The first song me and Scotty wrote together is all about veteran suicide. The newest release from Stillwater, me and Scotty wrote. It's a little more country, a little more, throw back a shot and chase some women, and but it's rock country. It's not crying in your beer. It's
not
celebrating
twang,
your beer.
not twang, celebrating. Yeah, that's a good. I like that. That's a good one. That's great. If it's okay, can we touch a little bit on your service and share whatever you'd like to share about? Because I think it's very important that people know that you served and honor you. And so if you can just share a little bit, I know, but sometimes people don't like, veterans don't like to share too much. But if you could, that would be great.
No, I did 9 years in the Army. One tour in Iraq from August 05 to August of 06 as a transportation or truck driver. We just drove and hauled whatever they told us to and dodged IEDs as best we could. I got out in 2007. It gets deep from there as far as things, I dealt with, or that a lot of us dealt with when we got home. The first song that, like I said, me and Scotty co-wrote about veteran suicide, it's loosely based on my story. Okay. It's not 100% because, not everything I did was worth writing a song about, but, we combined what I saw out there, other people go through. And that one sort of came by accident. I'd never met Scotty before, and I had another gentleman playing the song, a version that he had taken and rewrote. And then after meeting Scotty one night, listening to live music with some other friends, he hit me up and said, I want to take this on and see what we can do with it. I'm really good with, I like to think I'm really good with words. I can't play anything. I've tried. I was actually doing pretty good on the guitar, and I had some nerve damage in my hand, so I don't play guitar. I told Scotty, I said, I'll write you words. I know words. I know music. I don't know how to make words in the music. Scotty does. Without his knowledge and him being say, all right, we need this chord or this note, or Benny saying, all right, what about this lick? What about this riff? Or Josh and Ray adding to the little beats here and there and their ideas. Turn the first song into a really big deal for me as far as getting my voice out there and what I've dealt with and what a lot of these other guys and girls that come home deal with. The newest one they've released now, like I said, it's more of a blend of my growing up country and rock from my parents. Again, I sent it to Scotty. Scotty said, let's change this, make it sound like a song, and there we go. They took over.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And like you said, like when you're in the service, you got all your brothers and sisters right beside you, and you're in it knee deep 24/7. But like you said, when you get out of the service, you're so used to structure and support in your team that you're sort of left alone. You're kind of on your own. So can I ask you, do the boys in the band sort of replace that a little bit feeling when you're in the service?
Oh yeah. The first night I met them, the whole band, it was a rehearsal. And, I walked in and it was like I'd known these guys for years. We just got along. We continue to get along. Me and Scotty talk constantly, Ray and Benny and Josh. Sometimes there's days I live my life through memes. Not all memes that you can publish on Facebook, but, my sense of humor is a little different than most, but we talk all the time. I go to see the band as much as I can. I always, I send a song. I do a song. I send to Scotty. He gives me feedback of what direction it needs to go, what needs to change. Or sometimes it's like, I throw that one away. Let's start over again, and that's fine. Like you said, you can't write a hit every time.
That's right.
But if I send something to Scotty and I can tell by the response if I've got something started. And if I've really nailed it, in about 30 minutes after sending it, Scotty sends me back a version that he's fixed or he's actually done on this program he's got, so I can hear the words and music behind it. But yeah, Scotty and them have become that brotherhood that I miss.
That's great. You know what? Let's take a quick break. Got to pay our sponsors. Our sponsors got to pay us. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I want to ask Scotty what it means to have a veteran attached to your band. Stay tuned. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back.
All about inclusion and really giving everyone a fair say.
Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy.
I am Zack Damon.
It is a pleasure to be here. I am excited. What is up?
We have a great show today.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities.
Get ready to be inspired, everyone.
We have people watching from all over the world, but also all over Ontario.
We also take a concerted attention in the veterans community.
In moments of stress and trauma, we can get a hold of ourselves.
To help make a difference for people with disabilities, to show people how to love themselves or their disability.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me, giving this platform for myself and other people with disabilities.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this episode of the Disability Channel of Detroit. Please tune in next time.
Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show today, we have from North Carolina, we have the country band Stillwater Junction. And on the show today, we have lead singer Scotty and songwriter Zack. So Scotty, we were just talking a little bit about what it meant to be a veteran and what it meant to be attached to the band. let's flip it. Let's reverse it. What does it mean to have a veteran attached to the band as far as the band members go?
It means a lot to us because we have family members that are enlisted and or have been enlisted and they're veterans at this time. So it means a lot to us to be able to have, a veteran in our band, seeing that we try to give back to veterans as much as we can. So to have one of their brothers be one of our brothers, and we can conspire and we can write together, we can hang out. It gives the camaraderie that people need to have this day and time. I mean, our veterans are overlooked a lot more than people realize that. And so we try our best to put them in the forefront and to have Zack along with us. And actually be one of our brothers. He's part of the family. He's not just some outsider. It makes a big difference. And with him, a lot of veterans deal with PTSD. That's just the monster that comes along with being enlisted and doing tours. Me and Zack have had conversations. I'm not going to go into his conversations, but the way Zack deals with his PTSD is he writes. So with him, sometimes his stuff might be a little bit too dark and we might lighten it up a little bit. And then times it might need to be dark. Like the first song that we co-wrote together, which is one of the 22, it speaks about veteran suicide. And the song needs to be heard, and you need to pay attention to the lyrics because it tells the story of not just Zack, but other veterans. And most of them lose the battle when they come home and they can't take it and they take their own life. So that needs to be broadcasted further than any news that comes out this day and time. I mean, we've got on average 22 veterans committing suicide a day, and the governments aren't doing anything about it. They're not doing anything to help. And if they are doing something to help, it's minimal. I mean, you've got veterans that are homeless. I'm sorry, but no veteran should be without a roof over his head. No veteran should be without food in his stomach. I mean, that's just the way that I feel, and that's the way that all of the band members in the band feel as well. That's why we support and we try to push veterans and uplift them as much as we can. Having Zack be with us and also be a co-writer on 2 of our songs, and more songs will come in the future that me and Zack will co-write together as well. It just means a lot because it allows us to give him an outlet through us, but his outlet also, it helps other veterans that might be battling the same thing.
And let me just add to that. So like the music element in veterans is just so front and center. I know so many veterans, including yourself, Zack, that without music in their life, they might not be here. Like I have so many veterans that I deal with, and I think like 85% of them are musicians, either professional or amateur, or just they need it for their brain to survive. So I really thank you for sharing that, Scotty and Zack. Obviously, I mean you're one of our heroes. So let's talk about your latest single now. Tell me a little bit about the latest single, Scotty.
One Light Town. Zack decided he wanted to send some lyrics to me and said, hey, I want to talk about how I grew up and how a bunch of people's grown up and nobody talks about it this day and time in music. And I was like, sounds good. So about the next day, he sent me some lyrics and I was like, I like those. Let me make a few changes to it, this, that, and another. And about a day or two later, I sent him a rough draft of what it could possibly sound like. And he was like, man, I like that. It basically tells the common story of any boy or girl that's, that's from a small one light town. I mean, the life of a one light town, and like out in the rural areas, living life.
I have to say this: if you guys didn't tell me what type of band you were and what type of genre, like you couldn't pick a better match. Like, oh my God, I'm listening to you guys, and all I hear is Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner. Like, that's all I hear from you guys. It's just like, you guys are like it's the perfect match to be a Southern country band with veteran blood in it. Like, this is so great. So let's just update our viewers a little bit, because our Facebook, a lot of people are commenting. I really thank everybody for that. Stillwater Junction, again, is part of Big Records. I want to give a big shout out to Mark, and tell our listeners a little bit about Big Records, Guy, and what they have done for you guys, how they support you guys. Maybe Zack, or I don't know who would tell us better. Maybe Scotty, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be Scotty.
Probably me. Yeah. They came out of the woodwork. We talked a little bit. Me and Mark did. They're helping our message, not just with our music, but our message, reach further than it ever has. And they have literally built us a team, including yourself, Jay. You're on our team, our own personal team that helps every aspect of the music industry and to help push a musician and their songs and their brand and their message globally.
Excellent.
So because until this year, we had only played in 2 states in the United States, Virginia and North Carolina. That was it. Now we've played in Florida. We'll be in Nashville in like a month or 2. We'll be in Pennsylvania in July, also doing another veterans event. It's Wheelchairs for Warriors. We're headlining that event in Commodore, Pennsylvania. So yeah, I mean, we try to being linked up with Big Records has been a big push in our already fast moving train.
And I'm going to have you guys on our telethon on June 7th, right? So you guys will be coming on our June 7th. We'll probably do a couple pre-records. I mean, I would like to do a live performance, but because of the technology and the live feed, we're kind of risking it. But for sure, we're going to have some pre-records and have you guys on for a like a band interview. So we're really excited about that. We'll be sending out more details. If people want to find out more about you guys, Scotty and Zack, where could they go?
You could go to Stillwater Junction on Facebook, Stillwater Junction 24 on Instagram. You can look up our official website, which is stillwaterjunction.com. It gives you links and attachments to everything Stillwater Junction, including our upcoming yearly events calendar, which is on Bands in Town, which is it's a free app that anybody can download, and any musician you can think of, they're on Bands in Town, and you can find their upcoming events, get notifications, purchase tickets if there's tickets available to it. But you can go to stillwaterjunction.com and get every link to everything that's tied to Stillwater Junction, music and all.
Well, that's really great. I really appreciate you guys coming on today. Again, you're going to be on our telethon on June 7th. And actually what they're going to be doing now, we're going to be getting them onto a media campaign. So we're going to be, they're going to be mentioned on Sirius XM. I have a couple of radio stations, FM dials up north. We're going to be connected. So watch these guys. They're going to be hitting the airwaves for the next 3 or 4 months. And then who knows what's going to come on at the end of the summer. So guys, I really thank you for being on. Again, on the show today, we had Stillwater Junction. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take another quick commercial break, come back and wrap the show with some TDC updates. I really thank everybody for tuning in, guys. I thank you for being on the show today. Our Facebook, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Stay tuned. Right. We'll be right back with Wild Child Records.
Thank you.
disability channel, showcasing abilities.
Welcome back to the show. On the show today, we had from North Carolina, we had Stillwater Junction. We're down here in our studio with live Toronto studios, music studios down on Bloor Street. Come on down, check us out. Just want to give a couple updates before we go. I want to thank the Ontario government. I want to thank RBC. A lot of stuff going on. We have a big tour in May with 84-year-old veteran Fraser Newcomb. He's a Navy veteran, actually. He's going to be hitting the Legions, and the Disability Channel is going to be doing the media. We're going to be having live auctions. We're going to be producing it for Fraser, sending out the links, all about raising funds, awareness, great entertainment, as Fraser is a fantastic country musician. And then, of course, in June, we have our telethon in Toronto. I'll be the MC. I'm going to be the new Jerry Lewis, so they say. So it'll be Toronto, Chicago, LA, Phoenix. Want to give a big shout out to Larry, to Tom Kaz, all the guys, the Pentagon, Veteran Affairs in Canada. It's all about showcasing and providing opportunities for our heroes, veterans. So again, I'm Jay Stoyan. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll see you next time.